Hey guys, what's up? I want to do a get ready with me today, and so that's what I'm going to do. It's actually a really special occasion today. I'm a proud mama today. Yes, I am. I am one proud mama today. We are celebrating my daughter's graduation from college, honey. She got her BA in English, majored in English. Woo woo! Yay! So yeah, I just thought that I would do a get ready with me, and then we would chit chat about I don't know, maybe some stories about how we got here. Guests are going to be arriving in like an hour. I don't know what kind of look it's going to be. I know what I'm wearing, so I know the colors that I'm going to use. I don't know what kind of look it's going to be, but there's just some things that I just want to talk about, right? Like, it's a big deal for your daughter to graduate college. It's a big deal for a parent, and so yeah, let's just go ahead and do it, right? Let's do it. So if you would like to sit with me on a get ready, then stay tuned, honey. That's what we're doing today. Get ready with me. It's just so crazy when you sit down and think about it. When I am just sitting down and like trying to take it in right now, and it is, I guess I haven't really done it. We have a wild story, a wild life, and I guess I'll be telling some of those stories right now in the Get Ready With Me. Makeup is therapy for me, and so we are going to chat. We're going to tell some stories. I'm going to tell some stories. So let's just get started. Like I said, I only have an hour till the guests arrive. Let's do it. So we're having actually a birthday party / graduation celebration for her, because today, as I film this, it's February 25th, and it is actually her birthday too. She's turning 24 years old, 24 today. And fun fact, my husband and I have been married for 24 years. So we got married in January. I was like 9 months pregnant. We got married in January of 1999 while she was still in my belly. And then her birthday is always in February, the next month after we got married. So she's 24. We've been married for 24 years. It's kind of cool because that's how I actually keep tabs of how long I've been married, is her age. Anyway, yeah, her dad and I are actually high school sweethearts. We met my sophomore year, his junior year in high school. We actually met in Spanish class, and we have been together ever since. So it's been a crazy road. Though we dated for 2 years before we got married, and dated for 2 years before I got pregnant, and I ended up getting pregnant while in high school. He graduated, or I got pregnant and then he graduated like really soon after I got pregnant, but I definitely was still in high school. I was in my senior year when I got pregnant. So I was 17 years old in my senior year of high school when I got pregnant. And it is just crazy. I remember it so vividly. When I felt like I was pregnant, he drove me to the clinic to get a pregnancy test to see if I was pregnant, and I knew it. I just knew that I was. It was a crazy thing, because I played basketball in high school, and I absolutely loved playing basketball, and I was on track to actually get a scholarship for college, to play basketball in college, when I found out that I was pregnant. And so yeah, that's life, that's choices, and that's what happened. And not a word of a lie, my husband, my boyfriend at the time of 2 years, he was happy. Like, he was genuinely happy when he found out that I was pregnant. I was not. I was not happy when I found out. I mean, I was 17 years old. I was in high school, and felt like my world got turned upside down. But he has just always loved kids. That's always been him. He has always loved kids. So he's an Aries, and Aries, I don't know if you know, but Aries is like the baby of the zodiac, and so he is just like a kid at heart, and so he's just always loved kids. And so he was genuinely happy, even though we had no idea how we were going to do it. But the thing is it was never, you know how there's options. Well, not these days. Well, there is these days, but people are trying to take those options away. But, you know, there's options of what to do, you know, when you're pregnant. But to me, it was never an option to me. And that is a personal choice for everyone. I would never, ever, ever. I do not agree with what's going on with the people trying to take away people's rights and whatnot. But at the time, it wasn't an option for me to do anything but have my baby. That's a personal decision. That's a personal choice. So anyway, like I said, it was never an option for us. And so we decided to keep the angel in my belly, and we ended up having her. I remember our first apartment. It takes me back to that quote. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. We went through a time in our relationship where it was really, really tumultuous, very crazy. Like we got crazy, arguing all the time, fighting all the time, and we somehow made it through. And it wasn't somehow, I believe it was through the grace of God. That's how we made it through. I don't know if I felt like I missed out early 20s and in the time where a lot of people like go out and clubbing and go out with their friends and do all this stuff. And I think that is definitely a part of it. And I don't know, for back then, that's just what I felt. I felt like I was missing out on something. Unfortunately, it's so stupid now that I have lived and learned. But back then you don't know, or even if you do know, we have to learn the hard way for some reason. That's how human nature is, I guess. And so yeah, I started going out a lot. I started drinking, and definitely became an alcoholic. And it was really bad. It got really, really bad for some years. And so I had to go. I was in and out of rehab, and it took a lot of rehab, a lot of stints to get me to stop drinking for good. And that's what had to happen. I had to stop drinking for good. Of course, I went through the phases where you try to compromise and you try to say, oh, I'm only gonna drink on the weekend. I'm only gonna do it this time. I'm only gonna do this, that, and the other. And that never works. If you're an alcoholic, it just doesn't work. You have to stop. Not cold turkey, but you have to stop 100%. It just doesn't work. At least that's my experience and that's my belief. And so it was really hard. Like, I put our family through a lot because of that. I was also dealing with a lot of things that would come up from childhood and things like that. And so it was just a whole thing. And through it all, it was the grace of God that got us through, that got our entire family intact to this day. So that is another reason why I am just so grateful and cannot believe the enormity and the blessing of what this day means, which is, even though we were teen parents, I was a teen mom, my daughter is graduating college, or my daughter graduated college. We have her certificate already came in the mail, from a very, an awesome university. It's crazy. It's amazing. All 5 of the colleges that we applied to, she actually got accepted to. So it is just so amazing that we were able to raise such a well-rounded, beautiful, talented, intelligent baby girl. So that is why today means so much to our entire family. And my husband he's a really good man. He loves his family. He is a really good dad. He's a really good husband. It just feels like we're all graduating today. That's what it feels like to me. But I have always been a fighter. I have always been somebody who, especially when somebody tells me that I can't do it, I am not going to make it, I am somebody who will be like, are you sure about that? Watch me. Because that is what happened in high school. So remember, I told you I was pregnant in high school. I was pregnant my senior year in high school. And I ended up going to an alternative school, and I was behind in credits. And so here I was, super pregnant, behind in credits. And I will never forget when I went to my counselor's office, my school counselor's office, to like discuss, to see if I was on track to graduate, if I would be able to graduate in this, that, and the other. And I'll never forget, we were sitting down, he was across from me, and he straight up told me to my face, no, you're not going to be able to do it. You're not going to be able to graduate. You're not going to be able to get it done on time. All the work that you need to do, you're not going to be able to graduate. He told me, my counselor, my school counselor tells me that I am not going to be able to do it. I am not going to graduate on time. He sees me super pregnant, and that's what he's telling me. I disagreed with him. That right there lit something in me. Like, I already was definitely wanting and determined to graduate on time. I was determined to graduate on time. And when he told me that I would not be graduating on time, there's no way that I would be able to make up the work to graduate on time, that lit a fire in me even more so when he told me that. And don't you know, honey, that I did the work, super pregnant. Even though I was super uncomfortable, super pregnant, so worried about everything, about life, didn't have money, had a baby coming. It was incredible. It was crazy what was going on. When people tell me that I can't do something, that makes me want to do it more. And it really does. It really fuels me. And that's what happened. And I ended up graduating. I graduated on time. Not only that, I ended up being a speaker at my graduation. And do you know, that at my graduation, in my speech, I wish I had it recorded. I don't know if anybody recorded it or what, but do you know that in my speech, what I did is I stopped and, as I was giving my speech, congratulations to us. I totally forget what it was, but the one thing that I do remember is I stopped in the middle of it. I scanned the room until I found that man, the counselor. I scanned the room until I found him. I looked him dead in the eyes, and I thanked him. Kill him with kindness. I said, thank you so much for believing in me. That is what I did. That's how you do it. That's how you do it, honey. Yeah, he was probably like, huh? Yeah. Mm-hmm. When somebody tells me that I am not going to do it or I can't do it, I'm like, watch me. But what's so sad is I lost that fire somewhere along the way. I don't know if it was just life beating me down. I don't know what it was. I think it's, mental stuff that goes on. There's a lot that, I am very open about it. I talk about it. And so it is just probably between a lot of mental things going on, life beating me down, everything going on in the world. I really lost that fire for some years. And I feel like I'm finally starting to get it back. I don't know, maybe in the last 3 years, maybe I'm starting to get it back. But yeah, that is who I remember. That is the girl that I remember, the fire that I was, and that's who I definitely want to embody again and become again, for sure. Are you guys the same way? When somebody tells you that you can't do it, does it make you want to do it even more? Because that's what it does for me. And it's so sad, because I think that sometimes, I bet you it doesn't do that for everybody. I bet you for some people it makes them, give up on their dream, give up on whatever they want, when really they could have been successful. But you listen to the naysayers. You listen to the naysayers, you listen to the people that bring you down, that that aren't there for your best interest anyway. That's why you cannot listen to the naysayers. You just can't. You cannot do it. You have to listen to yourself, first of all. You have to believe in yourself, and then you have to listen to people who believe in you, and then that love you genuinely. That's who you listen to. That is who you need to strategically listen to. But I know it's hard. Absolutely. Of course it is. Okay, so more fun facts. Like I said, my husband and I met in high school. And then my daughter, the one that graduated, she went to the same high school that my husband and I met at, and she played basketball at the same high school that I played basketball with. The Spanish teacher that my husband and I met, she also was her Spanish teacher. So it is just so crazy how life comes around, and right? Isn't that insane? It is just so crazy how life is, and how small the world is too. It's a small world and life is crazy. That's what is going on right now. That's what is so exciting. And it's also really fun to kind of go in different stages of your life. So like when Olivia, my eldest, so I've got two daughters, Olivia, who is the oldest, and then I have another one who is 13. So she is in middle school right now. I always loved to be creative and stuff, but I was in the mortgage industry. I was able to get into the mortgage industry, which is, a blessing, because it was a really good job. It pays really well. And so I never got to really go on my creative side, or I just never did it for some reason. I never did. And so now that I am older, I am able to kind of explore all of my creativity, and I am loving it so much. To work at a place like Ulta, where I could just get to be creative and not not be so heavy with jobs like home loans and things like that, where you are literally, your people's livelihoods are your responsibility. I get to do things like Ulta and just have fun and make women feel beautiful. And then now doing videos, and all of this is just something that I love to do, and I'm so glad and feel blessed that now I get to kind of do it. I'm going to be using this liquid eyeshadow today. I absolutely love this liquid eyeshadow. It's through Beauty Crop, the one that I really like a lot. Okay, so I'm going to put some more makeup on, like off camera, and then I will come back towards the end and, I don't know, finish up story time. Okay, so I never had time to come back and finish the recording, but this is how the look turned out. This is what I ended up wearing. It is my hubby and the graduating daughter and myself. And like I said, it felt like we did it. We all graduated. This is actually on her high school graduation, and then we did a recreation for her college graduation. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I ask that you hit the subscribe button and the like button. See you soon.